welcome along. It's episode 21 of the Wedding Help NI podcast. My name's Dale Thomas. Of course, Wedding Help NI is the largest online platform for all you people looking to sort out your wedding needs. It's a place to be. You can find out everything at www.weddinghelpni.com. My guest today is the one and only. He's a TikTok star. It's John from Epic Journal. John, what's the crack? How's
What's
things?
happening? You alright? You alright?
Good, all good. John, you're somebody I see all the time at weddings, so you are anyway.
I know, I do see you all the time. We're like brothers from a different mother.
We are. We're always together at weddings.
We do gel well as well, but it's always great. So it is.
So tell us, before Epic Journal even came about, tell us what were you doing before that, or what was you were doing a bit of everything, weren't you, at the time?
I wasn't doing a bit of everything, but about 10 years ago, I was in the fast food industry, Chinese takeaways. So if you've seen John Mann and Liz Brown, it would have been associated with cooking chicken curries, that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was me back about 10 years ago. So I stuck that out for about 15 years kind of thing. I just got sick of it. Just hard work, too much hard work.
Yeah, long hours.
Yeah, long hours is right. Very long hours.
Long hours.
It's like 6-7 days a week, really long hours. So yeah.
So how did you say to yourself, or did you go from that then just under the Epic Journal?
I've always been a keen photographer, just photographing children, my children.
Yeah.
Basically, all the time on my days off, anytime I got, would have been went out somewhere capture wee moments with my children.
Yeah.
3 boys. They're all working with me now to this day.
Yeah.
So
they are.
So
they're
that's how it all
lads
started.
too, so
They are brilliant lads. They're brilliant boys. I'm very proud of them. So yeah, very proud of them. But it is brilliant, and so that's how it already started. And then got into a bit of press release and stuff out there, and then struggled to get payments, And then someone was one of my very good friends said to me, "Just why don't you go into weddings?" So that's where it all started.
So how many you're at it a good while? Like how many years are you doing weddings then?
Full time now. I've been full time for the wedding photographer since COVID.
Oh, great!
So straight after COVID, we just got that big massive blip. So we did during COVID, and then everything was just postponed. And then 2021, just like hitting big numbers, and then it's never stopped since.
And you are really busy, like we're
doing
with photography. You're busy, like. So what sets you your style apart? I suppose there's different styles, isn't there, with wedding photography and videography. You started then with the videography at a later date, isn't that right?
Yes, that's right. So that I started with the photos first, and then must have been about 2 years later I started in the video.
Yeah.
So that.
So you could add the package then.
Add the package, and it was my son that came on, joined on with us at start, and then we just got bigger. So we did, and just grew from there.
The packages as well, it's so great for couples that they can get that package because it means everything's coming from the one place.
It is. And then, if I go for bits, anything happens to me, if I can find another photographer or another videographer throughout the website, so yeah, it's brilliant that way. But so we've never touching wood. We've never had anything happen, but we're always worried. But we always make sure we're always a step ahead all the time.
Is there different packages you offer then with the photography, or what's
our basic package? Are things like like all day photos, so cover you. That's your morning bridal prep, all the way to first dance, and then a simple documentary film edits, and stuff. But our package are more the ones we normally sell more of is the bigger packages.
Yeah,
so which is quite good. It just covers your whole day.
And they're getting everything on that.
Yeah, they're getting everything on their package, so it's great that way.
Yeah.
So it is.
For brides and grooms, what should couples consider when choosing a wedding photographer or videographer? What would you suggest they should consider? What would be the things they should be asking, or to find that person that suits their needs, I suppose, as well.
To find someone that suits their need, I believe that they really need to gel. They really need to see the real me as such.
Aye.
I would have maybe a different profile on with my own profile, my Facebook or Instagram, and you'll see the real me, obviously, and what I get up to on my day-to-day basis, kind of thing. Instead of the prim and proper professional Epic Journal.
Yeah.
I always believe.
But I think it's such an important thing, and you were touching on it there. It's such an important thing that somebody sees the real you, because do you know what? That you're spending your day with that person.
Yes, definitely,
And especially we've it's different. Even I come on and do me 1 hour show. I'm there for an hour. I'm gone.
You're gone again.
you're there for the day, and you need the couple to be on your side, so they need to gel with you. They need to see what
Definitely.
you
I
are.
think that word
Like,
gel is very important.
like I think your TikTok's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? You get to see the
The,
real
the
the
real
real
me,
you
yeah.
on TikTok.
The real me.
So like for couples, like I think to experience that, go onto your TikTok, they get the real you, and do you know what? They'll see that you're fun, you're outgoing. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And then they'll say, do you know what? We want that on our wedding day, like
Yeah, it is important. It is very, I believe it is very important. You see that for your videographer, even if you meet them, do things like engagement shoot, which I believe is very important. Just coming together and just doing that there,
Yeah.
and you gel from there, instantly gel. Even a quick video call, telephone call,
Uh,
and you know yourself. You just gel really quickly.
what kind of couples do you love working with? What sort of
Well,
couples?
I love working with all couples,
Yeah.
but there was a couple that did stand out before, and they were an elderly couple, and it's just so emotional. It's unbelievable.
Right, right. Yeah.
Things like simply the music coming on, and the groom just bawled his eyes out.
Aye.
And I think there's more of a emotional attachment there,
Yeah.
and it's so nice to see. Basically,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
so
Maybe
nice
a
to
more
see.
companionship or something like that,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Any advice for couples who's feeling a bit nervous in front of the camera? What would your advice be there for couples who?
My advice would be don't feel nervous. Try and not be nervous. Do meet up with your videographer, your photographer. Meet up with them, definitely, and get talking to them, and do your engagement shoot, and that would just put yourself at ease.
Yeah,
Definitely. And then with my style of photography, it is very candid. We want that kind of emotion. So we
yeah.
do things like that there. And as long as she's just happy, being happy, and then we just capture a nice emotion on the day.
And whenever you
Okay.
say candid, I suppose explain that to a bride. Like, so that wouldn't be so much as stage photos, but I suppose you can
It's not
do that
staged.
as
No, no,
well.
yeah, we do a couple of. We try and do a good few stage photos.
Yeah,
What we call the mantelpiece photos.
yeah.
Something like the granny was, give me one photo, and that'll be their photo for the
Aye, aye,
mantelpiece or the
aye,
bedside cabinet. It's
aye.
always nice. But then sometimes we'll look back and we'll say, oh, your hands weren't at the right place. You should have been this way. You should have exposed the ring. But we'll try and avoid. We'll try and make sure the couple are more comfortable with the camera,
Yeah.
and to make sure everything's all prim and proper. But we
I,
will get those or one or two of
aye.
those, a good few of those nice photos.
I think the candid photos can be lovely too because
Yes,
you
definitely.
always find stuff that like sometimes photographers would send me through stuff and it might be just like the crowd and I know whenever I'm doing my show the crowd sort of be I'm not really engaged with the crowd
Uh huh.
because I'm focused on what I'm doing as such.
Yes,
And do you know what? Yes, I've seen like photographers sending me through stuff or videographers, and the crowd reactions and all. That can be amazing to see,
it
like
is.
because you
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
don't realize
yeah.
how.
But your back is more on the people.
Do you know what I'm
Yes,
focused on what's happening, but even you can get a picture of her bride and her in tears of laughter and stuff,
yes.
and I think that's just amazing. Like so them candid photos can really be, they can be lovely. Like so they
Yeah.
can.
Like I'm just finishing up on the photos from Alina and Alan's wedding.
Oh, down
So
in that was down in
but I
Ballygolly.
have captured a couple of nice photos of Alina just having a laugh at your gig.
Aye.
It was brilliant. It's nice. It's
Aye.
always nice to see. Yes, they're
Aye.
having the camera there, sitting there just for their own, capturing their own memories. But
And I
the
don't think couples realize that, like couples never realize that they're been taking them photos at
yeah,
all.
yeah,
And do you know what? I
exactly,
think
yeah,
some of them can work out the best photos you'll see. Like,
yeah. But
I
with us, yeah, we aim to get those kind of photos all the
uh,
time. But then sometimes we just miss them,
yeah.
But we
So
always aim high.
what's a process and experience? So can you walk us through what a full wedding day looks like from like sort of behind the scenes? What way does it work and stuff?
Well, on the morning, we'll always try and get down to the bride's house first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Couple of hours before the ceremony, just to mingle with them straight off and make sure everyone's comfortable with the camera, and make sure the bride and their family is comfortable with myself and my team in the house. So there's never been a problem. Just go in, do our thing. That's the first thing. Always do some photograph things like details throughout the morning, things that are important to them in the morning.
Yeah.
So things like from small things like perfume to jewelry they're wearing to the invitation shoes and their dress in the morning, and then just take from there all the way through. But we do try and get them maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes before the ceremony. To start with some bridal portraits, family photos of the whoever's there in the morning
Yeah.
before they get married, and just walk on through
And then
the day.
straight through then. And with the photography, as you say, you're there to the end of the night. It's the
Yeah.
same with the videographer. You're basically there to the end of the night. You get all them pictures. You get all the dance floor pictures and stuff as well, and lots of fun happening there too.
There is a lot of fun on the dance floor, so there is. Especially there always you probably know yourself, but there's always that only one person with a tie around their head.
Oh,
There's never like two. You don't
no,
see
you always
two
you
or
always
three.
get one.
It's
There's
only
always
one.
one now. There's always one, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Do you scoot the venues beforehand or plan shots in advance, or what way does that work?
Yes, funny enough, I was at definitely always find out where the sun lands,
Yeah.
especially for like sort of ceremony time. So I have a wedding for next year, and that is for a wee church in Cushendun. Funny enough, I was up that direction. I thought, oh, I must check out that wee venue when I'm
Aye,
up this direction. And it's something I do normally do. When I
aye,
was up there, I just went in, and it was such a lovely wee church.
aye, aye,
There was, and and I know where the sun will land
aye,
that
aye,
way,
aye,
because
aye.
you don't want to be photographing a day. You want to go in and you know what tools to be bringing in just
Yeah.
to do the job. You
I
want to
suppose
be
that's
caught out.
really important, doesn't
It
it?
is very important. So this,
Yeah.
I've been in a couple of venues before, and I wish, flip, I wish I had a flash or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
because it would
yeah.
have been nice.
Aye, to get that bit of
Yeah,
extra.
yeah.
What's your approach capturing real candid moments? What is your approach? Do you sort of stay in the background there? Or
Stay in the
what's
background, always anticipating. So we do, we'll see a wee group gathering, having a wee laugh, we're just watching that there.
and do you also do? I know you do photo and video, but do you do photo only as well, or do you
Oh
only?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I do photos only as well, and I work very well with other videographers, vice versa as
Aye.
well. If-
Aye, so you
Yeah,
can sort of do both. You could, if
yeah,
somebody only wanted video, you
yeah,
can go on and do
definitely,
that
yeah.
way as well. Perfect. Perfect. Are there any trends or anything at the moment in wedding photography? Any trends or anything that you're seeing? I know the table dash seems to be really popular at the moment.
Yes, we've done a couple of table dash before. We
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Aye.
That was, but and then it was a bit of organizing to get that done. Yeah, but
Aye,
that's
aye,
a
aye.
good thing. So there's
Aye,
table dash.
aye.
It means like everyone that's getting their photo taken,
Yeah.
so you're not missing anyone from the
Aye.
day.
I suppose we should explain what a table dash is. So it's basically the bride and groom, like during maybe it might be after the meal, they
After,
time themselves,
yeah,
or maybe even sort of during the meal, they time themselves, and how many photos they can get around the tables and that, right?
yeah.
Sort of thing in a time scale, isn't that
Well,
right?
the one that we done that we executed very well was do the table dash of whenever the bride and groom come in for dinner.
Oh, right, yeah,
Because
yeah, very good.
because the hotels would normally have everyone seated before
Yeah,
introducing the couple in to the room
yeah. So
before the
after
speeches.
everybody
So
was
everyone's
there,
present.
brilliant, aye,
So
brilliant,
when they're
aye,
coming in,
aye,
so whenever they're coming in, everyone's there and present.
aye,
So they done a table dash. So
very
that we
good, aye,
talked this through. So we did just a couple of weeks before their wedding. We talked this through, and I thought that would have been brilliant. So
aye.
we'll stick with that
And
one.
is there any other trends or anything like that you've seen, or is that the sort of only
Top
trend?
of my mind, I can't think of anything on top of my mind, but there's always trends always come and go all the time.
Yeah.
So there is.
Do you offer any keepsake or like highlight reels and photo books or sneak peeks after the wedding? Do you offer anything like
Photos, we
that?
always do photos because we're so busy. But because we're so busy, if you do book a photo and film package with me, we always have sneak peeks, 24 hours to 48 hours after the wedding.
Yeah.
But if I'm having like maybe 3 or 4 consecutive weddings, it might be a wee bit longer.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
we'll try and get them out really, really quickly. Normally a week sneak peek after the wedding
Right.
within 48 hours.
What are your 3 tips for getting the best wedding photos or video? What's your 3 best tips?
3 big tips. One big tip I can think of off the top of my head is make sure you know that you are going out for your photos.
Right, aye, aye, aye. So be prepared,
Be
maybe
prepared.
to get
Definitely
that wee
be
bit.
prepared to go out for photos. Always have during the wedding day, always have the bouquet at hand. So when you're
Yeah,
going out for photos, sometimes the girls, a lot of the brides do feel lost without something to hold on to.
yeah,
And then there'll be one that, well, no bouquet, that kind
Aye.
of thing.
So it can be really
Yeah,
important. How far in advance should couples book you? What would your
we
thoughts be
are
on that?
averagely we're going about a year and a half in advance for us. So
Aye.
it is, but yeah, about
So
a year in
if you're
advance
looking,
is
you're
good.
doing.
Yeah, people book me. They tend to know my personality
Aye.
and what way I gel with people.
Aye.
And a lot of my bookings are from previous brides, maybe families, like sisters and cousins.
Yeah.
Especially this year, I find there's quite a lot. So there
Happy
is.
days. That's good too. So does it, you're finding that too, because if you do one family
Yeah,
wedding, like
you find out. Yeah, definitely.
it's good.
Yeah,
Like so does. Now, do you cry at weddings?
yes.
Yes, there we go. There we go. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
It's always most 9 out of 10 weddings you get the goosebumps,
Yeah.
100%. And then there's a bit of a tear. So there's
Very good.
yeah.
So tell us this. Where can couples see your work, or where can they get in touch, check availability and stuff? What's the easiest way to get in touch with
Easiest
you?
way is just through the website. Check out our website at epicjournalphotography.com. Or you can get me on my socials.
And you'll
You know,
see all your work on
you'll
the
see
website as well.
yeah.
Any final words of wisdom for couples planning their dream day? What would your words of wisdom be?
Check portfolio. That's the only
Check
thing. Yeah,
portfolio. It's really important.
always check portfolios. There's so many photographers out there and videographers, and their work. Everyone's work is different. Yeah, but always check portfolio. See the work and the work that you enjoy, the photos you enjoy.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Cheapers. Iron Man.
Iron Man. Iron Man.
Iron Man would be playing in the background. Most of the time, maybe every couple of months, it'll be playing in the background when I'm editing.
Perfect. If you could be a cartoon character, who would it be?
Oh, cartoon character. Flip. Has to be someone from The Simpsons.
Simpson. What do we think of Bart Simpson or
Bart Simpson.
Bart
Straight off.
Simpson? Bart Simpson. We've got Bart Simpson here. Favorite sort of holiday? What's your favorite sort of
My
holiday?
favorite sort of holiday would be city holidays.
City holidays.
Yeah.
Do you love big cities?
Big cities, eating.
Yeah.
Go to city and just eat.
You were famous on TikTok for your trying
Oh yeah.
and your eating
Flip.
things. Yeah.
Eating things, yeah.
Yeah.
Flip, yeah.
So that's the way to go.
Eating something different.
Eating
Trying
something
different.
different.
I try and stay away from the touristy
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Even when I'm back in Hong Kong, very rarely I'll be in the touristy areas. I'll be more up, my hometown.
Yeah. So you see all the culture as such.
Culture, more. This food's different, so it is.
Very good.
Yeah.
John, I think we've got loads today. So
Yeah,
there we
Brent.
go. That is John from Epic Journal. It has been the Wedding Help NI podcast. My name has been Dale Thomas. That is episode 21 wrapped up. As I say, bye for now. Take care.
Thank you.